Hi, I'm Dom. Welcome to the Gen X Prepping Technician channel. This is my first YouTube post, so bear with me, okay? I feel like I have some good things to share that YouTube helped me accomplish, and hopefully my vids will help somebody accomplish their goals. Most of my DIY projects started with an idea. Hey, I want to do this, and YouTube helped me get there. Now, it may have been a deep rabbit hole to get there, but I got there. And hopefully I can help some people save some time by learning from my mistakes and showing them my revisions. So, nothing to it but to do it. Thanks and enjoy. So my first video is going to be about my pond and specifically one of my filters on. I'll do a couple more videos about my pond, maybe just one more. All right, so there's my pond. I've got two different filters on there. This filter over here is fed by a 3,000 gallon per hour or 3,300 gallon per hour pump. It goes through a couple of different stages of media and then gets pumped out into the waterfall there. So this is my bog filter. It's fed by a 1,000 gallon pump, which is in the bottom of a 5 gallon bucket. So it draws water down through a couple of stages of media to the pump and then pumps it up to the bottom of the bog filter and then back out to the pond. So today I'm going to clean this filter out because it's been probably 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks since I cleaned it. All right, so we're going to crack into this filter here. Now once I've stopped the water flow coming in, there's still quite a bit of water in here that I need to drain off. So I'll turn my valve here. And as you can see, that's draining off. I'm going to take this stuff over to my workbench over there and we'll get ready to clean all that off. All right. So, one of the things I've done with this file filter is I put a drain valve on the bottom of it. This is a new addition from previous version of this. That bottom drain helps me drain all this water out of here. But what I've also found is that if I drain this water out of here and then I start pumping more clean water or more pond water into it, it back flushes and cleans the bio balls and the K1 without having to take them out. Let me show you how that works. So I'll just open this one up, and as you can see, that's filling and going out the drain valve there. And as you can see, I've got another one of those baskets upside down to hold the K1 and the bio balls in place. All right, so that's drained off as much as it's gonna. Pump can now help me backwash this filter media. So now I start this flowing again. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a whole bunch of dirt coming out the bottom of that. So now once this starts clearing out, like it has. I mean, you can see how much clearer it's gotten, right? I'm going to turn off my valve from the pump. Conservatively, I'd say I probably have, from the pump to all the components and the UV light and the totes, I probably have $200 into this filter. But for the effectiveness of it and the cost of buying a ready-made filter, you can't beat that. Okay, so there's the file bin that I got off of Amazon. Okay, so there's the input from the 2-inch line from the pump, and it comes in through that bulkhead there. And all right, so I'm going to reassemble my file tote filter, and I've taken a couple of modifications here because kind of what you do. Something fails or is a problem, resolve it, right? Problem I was having is with my biofilters, or my bio balls and my K1 filter media, they float. They're supposed to bounce around and float, and that's part of the filtration process with them. Well, they were floating up out of the filter and clogging up the drain plug and just going everywhere. I was losing some of them, and it was kind of problematic. I had an extra one of my hardware cloth baskets here, and I put one basket inside of the other so that we don't have that problem anymore. Something I also did was put a piece of hardware cloth on the output of my drain valve so that I don't have this problem anymore. So it kind of doubled up on a resolution to a problem. All right, the bio balls go in first, and then I take my basket with, my activated charcoal, and that goes in. I put that one piece of filter media on the end there to take up the gap, and I'm going to put the other piece on the other end. Now we have K1 bio balls, and then it comes up through those and goes through the activated charcoal. We're going to go with the coarse media in the basket here. Now we have 3 stages of filtration, and here's the fine media that goes in the top. So that's the assembly of the file folder tote media for my pond. All right, so this is the reassembly of this. As you can see, I've got this all cleared out, all cleaned out. So this is my input from my pump, and it goes in this bulkhead here. And it's just a slip fit. And there we go. It's in there. This is my UV light, and I just use suction cups to keep that in place here on the water, and you can see how it flows up through here. Oops, I got my rocks in the wrong place here. But here comes the water. Got my valve off here, my valve off here. So the water's flowing up through my filter media. Here it comes. There we go. My top. I'm going to file filter here. You can see it. So that's my DIY 4 or 5 stage pond filter. Let's see if we can see some fish here. You can see the koi swimming around in there pretty well, right? Should be 40 fish in here. That's way too many for a 1,000-gallon pond. Anyways, oh, there's Bob. That's what my wife named our big koi. Hopefully you like my videos. Subscribe, and maybe I'll keep doing this.